Hello, angels. Welcome back to the Cosmic Tailor. If you're new here, hi, I'm Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. Today I'm feeling very Alice in Wonderlandly. Let me show you. I'm feeling very cutesy in my little blue dress and my white ribbon and my big old freaking earrings. I don't know. Just feeling very Alice in Wonderlandly. And also my nails kind of match with it all too. I think it's cutesy. Ignore how dry my hands are. Listen, self-care has never been my forte. Anyways, today I have a message for you guys, which is, I actually have two messages that I need to share today. The Empress card coming through, okay. Oh, Seven of Swords. Oh, and Six of Pentacles. Interesting. And now I'm hearing Divine Retribution. Interesting, because today's message, this one specifically, is follow the life you want, not the money you want. 111 on the timer. Chase the life that you want, not the money that you want. I was talking with my brother and my cousin at yesterday, 123 on the timer, at a little fire that we decided to do, and it turned out that they were both really stressed about the work that they've been doing, right? Because their heart isn't in it. It's not anything that they actually really want to be focusing on or doing, right? And so I asked both of them, if you were already completely well off, if you already had everything that you could possibly want, you had all the money, the stability, you had everything, right? You had everything you could want. You had everything, the house, the car, you lived where you wanted to live, you had the support you wanted, 246 on my clock. What would you be spending your time doing? What would you do? And my cousin goes, I'd be making music. And my brother says, I'd be tattooing. And I said, okay, so what have you guys been doing for the past couple of months, 222 on the timer, to get closer to doing that? What have you been doing during this time to get closer to doing that? And both of them were like, well, we haven't been focusing on it at all. 234 on the timer. A lot of progress. See, this is exactly what Spirit is talking about. And they were like, we've been focusing on this. We need to get the money right now. 246 on the timer. We need to get money. We need to get enough cash so that we can do the things that we want to do down the line. And I'm like, okay, all right. I respect that. I understand that. Point blank period. I love that for you. Get that bag. But it sounds like to me you are over prioritizing the money that you want right now over the life that you want right now. And it's okay, 248 on my clock, that you want to get to that point, that you want to be at that point in your life, right? It's totally okay that you want to have the money so you can go to the college classes, that you can go and do the apprenticeship, so that you can do this or that and the other, right? 333 on the timer. But when you over prioritize the money and you're over prioritizing the stability, you have to ask yourself, specifically when it comes to the money, are you over investing and indulging in the money aspect of things and it's derailing you from actually getting to where you want to go, right? When is enough enough? When is enough money enough money? You know, because you already have an idea of how much you need to go to school, to go get your license, to go get the car. But you aren't actually doing anything in your power at this moment. Not saying not at all, but you're not doing anything in this moment to actually ground those things and start taking action towards them, you know? And they were like, they were both like, yeah, but who's even gonna do that? Blah, 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 blah. So what if it has to be under these specific circumstances in order for me to succeed, right? If I want to do this, if I want to do that, I have to be put under these specific circumstances if I really want to succeed, right? Excuse me, 444 on the timer, confirmation burp. And you might be feeling that way yourself right now, right? But the question is 456 on the timer, are you willing to be proven wrong? because you do not have the power to decide how things are going to go. Think back on your entire life. Has anything ever gone the way that you thought it was going to go? Ever? At school, when it came to going and getting a job or like working somewhere, did anything ever go the way that you exactly planned it to? And if you can think of 2 or 3 times that ever happened, congratulations, that's probably like the 2 or 3 times that's ever going to happen, right? Because that's just how life is. There are so many circumstances and so many outside, what is it? I'm hearing components. But that's not the word I was thinking of, but we'll go with it. So many outside like components that can cause a different effect. There are so many outside circumstances that can put what you put out on a different timeline because their action completely interfered with yours, right? So it comes down to, are you willing to release this need for perfection and willing to strive for existence, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to begin. I say this a lot. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to begin. It just has to start, you know? And so I continued talking to my brother and my cousin, and I was like, dear cousin of mine, do you know who Baby No Money is? If you don't know who Baby No Money is, Baby No Money is a rapper, songwriter, or like musician person, right, who produces his own music, and he started as a SoundCloud rapper, right, and he's like really big now, and it's mainly because of his support towards people and just the way he wants people to have fun and enjoy his music, to dance to it, to like feel good, right? And he supports artists, he supports like creators, he supports like human rights, you know what I mean? He's a really great guy. And that is one of the reasons why he became so big, but also because his passion was the basis for his creation, right? He started as a SoundCloud rapper, right? Who listens to SoundCloud rappers? People. People are out there listening to SoundCloud rappers. People are out there actively looking to find new acquired tastes, actively looking for new music to listen to, right? And because of that, Baby No Money, he ended up making music with other people, getting absolutely huge. And then, like, he got bigger and bigger. And now he goes on tours all the time. He cosplays all the time. He's always having just a great time, you know? There's an audience for everybody. And then I look at my brother and I go, and I say the same thing of like, how many tattoo artists do you follow? And he's like, a lot. I follow a lot of tattoo artists. And I'm like, yeah, and you look at all their art and you go, oh my gosh, I really want that on my body. I really love that. I love their designs. I love that. I love this. I love that. How many people out there do you think would follow and enjoy your art and would love to put your art on their body? And he was like, well, listen, outside of my studies, there's really not that much. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. No, all of it. All of it. You're very good at art. You're very skilled. You have been honing your skills for years and they look amazing. Your work looks amazing. And think about how many tattoo artists you follow, right? You follow probably hundreds of tattoo artists. There has to be hundreds of people out there that would follow you too, that would like to look at your stuff too, you know? There is going to be an audience for everything. You both want to be in an art field, which means you have an infinite amount of space that is completely untapped because it is your art. It is your art. Nobody can replicate your art, no matter how hard people try. You know, like Michael Jackson, nobody can replicate Michael Jackson. Nobody can do what he did. Why? Because it was all his. He wrote the music. He made the music. He was the person that it came from, right? And because he was Michael Jackson, it gave him a unique spin and take on the music he created. No idea is original. We all share ideas and we all build off of each other's ideas. We all take ideas and make them into something different. 50 Shades of Grey was just a Twilight fan fiction. and it became its own entire thing, right? Yeah. So your art, what you want to create, what you want to put out there, it is so unique. 1010 on the timer. It is so unique to you. Nobody else can tap into the market that you have. Period. So tap in. Put that stuff out there. Share. People want to see it. People want to see it. I have art that I share. I have stories that I want to share. And I do this specifically so that people can also feel empowered to share what they have. You know? Like, Spirit, I see the 7 of Swords that was like on the table. It didn't pick up with the rest. And then the 8 of Swords underneath that with balance, right? Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself these narratives, these stories about, oh, I'll do this when I get to this point, or I'll get there when I do this, or I'll start this when I get there. Why not now? And are you even going to do it when you get to that point? Or are you going to put yet another goalpost in front of you to say, no, I have to reach that now if I want to start this? Start now. 11:11 on the timer. Start now. Start striving towards the life that you want for yourself now. Stop lying to yourself, manipulating yourself, and putting yourself in these positions where, yeah, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Stop being so scared. Stop being so scared. Take action. Do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. Do you understand how many people want to see what you have to share? Do you understand how many people want to see what you have to share? There are so many people out there that would absolutely freaking love to see what you have and absolutely obsess over what you can give. There are so many people out there that would get hyper fixated on what you want to share. So do it. Share it. Share it. Please share it. I'm interested. I want to know. I'm sorry. I looked over because I have my mirror here. Oh, also, look at this. You read that? Do you see what that says? Yeah, it says destined change, babe. This is a destined change. 12:21 on the timer. You coming into balance and you actually taking action on this, cooperation and compromise. Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Oh my god, I can't. I had to add a little bit more sugary to my coffee, and it was exactly what she needed. Exactly what she needed. You know, maybe that's up with you. 1, 2, 4, 8 on the timer. Exponential growth. That's what you need. You just need to put a little bit more sugar into your life. I did a reading about this the other day. It's like, your truth is your sugar. How do you contain it and how do you share it? It's so important. Oh, people, please, you gotta understand. Balance with the 5 of Earth. Look at this. 5 of Pentacles, balance in the reverse. Living in this lack mindset. Believing that you have to wait until the perfect moment to do the freaking thing. Now is the perfect moment. Now is the perfect moment. Time never stops. What 13:31 on the timer? It never started, therefore it never stops. Which means ultimately the only kind of time constraint you have in your life is from now until the moment you die, which you have no idea when that's going to be. So the entire saying of what if you died tomorrow? What regrets would you have? One of them would most certainly be not starting. So just start today, even if it's a small thing. Today, I am going to be posting one of my art pieces that I am not done yet. Like, I'm not done with it yet, but I just needed to get all this done first. And I'm going to be posting it because I love it. And it's literally just like it's a thing where it's like, oh, how the people outside of this OC sees this OC and how the main character sees this OC. And then the office, like the same thing, but with the other character, you know? And I love it. It makes me happy. I love looking at it. I love making art, you know? And the fact that I know that's how it makes me feel, that makes me know that there are other people out there that would look at what I have to share and feel the same thing. They'd feel the same way. I know for a fact that you have something out there, something within you that you want to share, something that you know is good and happy and will bring prosperous joy to people, something that brings prosperous joy to yourself. So share it. Share it. We don't even have one card out yet. Just kidding. We have one card out. See, King of Swords. If you want to see it, there you go. It's really hard to see because of all the glares, but King of Air, King of Swords. Brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, this is definitely, like, I'm getting an emphasis on the professional. If this is something that you want to do in your life professionally, if there is something that you want to do professionally in your life, go for it. Queen of Cups, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. Exactly. If you know deep down that this thing is the thing that you want to do, this is the thing that you want to be doing for the rest of your life, this is the thing that you want to do, the thing that makes you happy, the thing that makes you fulfilled, then do it. I mean, like, once again, like, let's say you're not even gonna die tomorrow, okay? But you know that you're gonna die in 2 years. Are you gonna spend all of that time continuing the life that you're living right now because you're scared of the possibilities outside of that? Why? It's gonna be gone. It's all gonna be gone someday in some kind of way, somehow. So why not do what makes you happiest? Why not do what brings you the most joy, brings you the most fulfillment? Ooh! We have the Emperor coming out after, remember the Empress popping up in the beginning? The Emperor, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership, exactly. And we have ego, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Exactly. You are living in a way where you are only focusing on what you like want or need in this exact moment. And you're not considering the outside possibilities of what could be outside of this moment. Okay, so here. I don't know why this keeps coming up every single time I talk about this, but I am an Aquarius rising, okay? Aquarius rising. I am very radical. I am very, I'm here to spark a kind of change that, you know, it's supposed to enlighten people and open people up to the new ideas and possibilities, because Aquarius is the 11th house. The 11th house is infinite possibilities. The most infinite possibilities. 12th house is completion. You know what I mean? It's the dreams. It's the, like, it's what you can come up with and, like, the things that you, like, achieve and the things that you can, like, fantasize about. But the 11th house is everything that you've actually built up until that point. The things that you can actually ground up until that point. The things that you can actually create up until that point. The ideas, the thoughts, the feelings, the new inspiration. You know what I mean? It's about unlimited possibilities, you know? With the 12th house, that's kind of limited in possibility, not because it's not possible to reach other things or to come to new levels or to go to new grounds or new places, but it's limited in its sense of completion. In the 11th house, nothing is complete. You're almost there. You're almost there to completion, but it's not quite there. You know what I mean? And so it's that, exactly, that's why I'm getting called to this. That's how you feel. You feel like, oh, well, I'm almost there, but not quite. I'm almost there, but not quite. Put an end to this cycle and start. Put an end to this cycle and start. Begin. Start the thing. Allow yourself to come up with the dream. Move into the 12th house. Allow yourself to come up with the dream, the fantasy, the idea of it all, and start in the first house. Start again. Start the thing, okay? And, like, what's more is I'm an Aquarius rising, right? Which means Aquarius is in my first house. Uranus and Neptune are in my first house, and they were both retrograding when I was born. So, like, people I can be very triggering to people and their egos, okay? You know, I can be very triggering in that sense, but I'm here to do that specifically. I'm here to trigger people and their egos because the thing is, think of it like this. None of this is real. Okay, none of this is real. Life isn't real. The structures that we have in place isn't real. The systems that we feel like we have to subscribe our entire lives to aren't real. None of it is real, okay? It's as real as our bodies. It has an expiration date, right? So instead of living life in a way where you're constantly feeling like you have to bend and fold to these structures, why not live in a way where you can bend and fold to your own structure, to your own ideas, to the things that you actually want to do, okay? Like, you can live in fantasy and simultaneously be very realistic about it, you know? Like, the entire thing about people talking about how everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to be on the internet, everybody wants to do this and that. See, I don't think that's necessarily what people want. I think what people really want is they just want to live in a way where they have the freedom to choose what they can do day in and day out. You know what I mean? That's what looks so glamorous to the outside viewer when it comes to living as like doing this, right? Doing this to live, right? Going online, sharing things, doing their own thing, right? But the thing is, the reason why influencers are so attractive is because they are doing the exact thing that you're so scared of doing. They're doing the thing that doesn't have a lot of guarantee behind it other than the fact that it makes them happy. It brings them joy. It makes them feel like they are fulfilling a purpose within themselves and within their life. That's why they do this. That's why influencers are on here. That is what I think people want. I don't think everybody necessarily wants to be famous. I don't think everybody necessarily wants to be, like, you know, an influencer. Everybody just wants to be in a life or do the thing in their life that makes them feel free, that makes them feel good, that makes them feel fulfilled, and that makes them feel like their dreams don't have to stay dreams. They can be their reality, you know? Instead of 22 on the timer, instead of sitting here and waiting for the opportunity, make the opportunity right now. Okay, and like I said, it does not have to be big. You do not have to do big leaping steps to make some progress. You can just start with posting a thing. If you are a person that is really into poems, that you love writing poems, it's the thing you always wanted to do, and you have like a bunch of different poems, you know, you could like start compiling them together in a document, right? You can put them together in a way that you enjoy, that feels good to you. You can share some poems online, go onto Tumblr, maybe make your own freaking blog, make your own freaking place where you can share your poems. Maybe go onto Instagram, share your poems there. Maybe go anywhere. Okay, the internet is infinite. You don't even have to just do the internet. Look into local like slam poetry places or just poetry reading places, or look for clubs, 2323 on the timer, you know? Start small. Do something that can start integrating this life that you dream for yourself into your life today. I'm not saying quit your job, leave everything behind, give everything up, stop doing the thing. No. I'm not saying that at all, okay? What I am saying is you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. You can't keep putting the life that you want for yourself on the back burner. You have to start. If it's even in the tiniest, smallest ways of like, let's say instead of a poet, you want to be a scientist. Okay, you want to really be into science, but unfortunately, like the things that you're doing, like you had to work a job and you can't go to school, blah, 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 blah. Like there's so many obstacles in the way of you being able to reach that. Take the time that you have within your day to set aside time to study, just to study. Get resources online. Look for YouTubers or for people on YouTube that like to talk about science, that like to share about science. Maybe you're more specifically into biology. Well, you start looking for biologists on YouTube or on other forums or on just online, and you find different resources. You go to the library and you look at new biology books. You like to go and maybe audit a college class, because maybe the reason why you couldn't go to class is because it wasn't affordable. But now that you know that you can audit classes, which means basically you just go in, you take all the information, you learn everything from that class, but then you don't really get like the degrees for it, right? You still learn everything that you want to learn. You know what I mean? You still learn everything. And getting that access to that education, getting that access to that information, maybe that's what takes you down the road that you can get an internship, because you do stuff online where you share your own biology experiments, or you share your own like studies or whatnot. And because of that and all that stuff that you're doing and you're sharing and you're putting yourself out there, you end up finding an internship, and they're like, hey, we found your stuff and we really like the things that you're doing and the things that you're working on. Would you like to intern here? Spirit is saying that they will give you the opportunity to make your dreams a reality if you are willing to make your dreams a part of your reality. Okay? Oh my gosh. I feel like I want to sneeze, and I feel like I have glitter in my eyes. Huh. This might feel really overwhelming for you guys. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make anybody cry or anything. Holy shit. Page of Swords, challenging information. Delays or changes to plans. Truth delivered without tact. I'm sorry. My bad. I really suck at that. I'm sorry. I've never been good at that. But like, you gotta understand, collective. You gotta understand that nobody has what you have. Nobody has what you have. The passion that you feel, nobody can feel that passion for you except for you. The ideas that you have, nobody can share those ideas except for you. No idea is original, but as I said before, every single idea that we have and share with our own unique touches and twists, it's completely new information and completely new ideas. Okay? You gotta understand that. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Exactly. You have to start. And you have to start in a way that doesn't make you feel stressed or scared. 27 on the timer. At least not the kind of fear where it's like this kind of fear where you just don't feel like you can start. You gotta take baby steps. And you gotta be comfortable with slowly moving towards your goals. You gotta start learning to be comfortable with doing uncomfortable things. Because that's life, right? That's just how life is, right? You got comfortable doing the uncomfortable thing of doing a part, like spending so much of your time and so much of your life doing things that you didn't really want to do. So now it's time to switch it. Do something that you do want to do and be uncomfortable in the process of reaching that goal, okay? All right? Yeah. Because, like, in the general energy, the Knight of Pentacles, loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. Exactly. Do it. When you say you're going to do it, do it. When you say you're going to do the thing, do the thing, okay? I wasn't planning originally on posting every single freaking day. Well, it's not every single day. It's only 4 days of the week, but weekends are my days, okay? But like, weekends I spend getting everything lined up and scheduled and ready to go, and also writing my stories and building my plots and drawing and actively trying to make sure that I have enough time that I'm spending on going outside, hanging out with friends and family, making sure that I'm eating well-balanced meals, that I'm not neglecting myself. It's a lot, right? It's a lot, but I'm doing it. I didn't expect to do it, but I'm doing it, and I'm enjoying it so thoroughly. I'm having so much fun with this process. The Hermit. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery with the Ace of Wands. An exciting new opportunity, career advancement. Change your life now. I can't make this shit up, dude. I saw 29 on the timer. Come on now. Come on now. There you go. You see this? Hey, thank you. You see this? Collective. collective. Ace of Cups on the back of the deck. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, a new home. Exactly. Like, whether or not that really resonates with you with falling in love, it's like with a relationship specifically, Spirit wants you to fall in love with your life again. And to fall in love with the process of living again. And fall in love with yourself again. Because you are freaking awesome. You have amazing ideas. You're so cool. You're so amazing. If I could hug you, I would. 30-30 on the timer. But like, you are. Dude, you are. You're, like, I'm hearing you're everything. You're everything. Seven of Swords with renewal in the reverse. The fact that you are lying to yourself, saying that there's still more to look at, you still need to, like, do things, it's time to, like, maybe I just need to do something, like, a little different, maybe I need to, like, go and, like, try this instead. No! You already know what you need to do. You already know what you need to do. You already know what you need to start, so start it. Just start, okay? Just start. Like, literally, I have been drawing since I was, like, basically since I came out of the womb. Once upon a time when I went down to California the other week, I was talking about it with my cousin and, well, my second cousin, I think, I don't know, my family member, and I was like, yeah, I've been drawing since I was like 5 years old. And my mom went, since you were 5? No. You basically came out of the womb with crayons. And I was like, oh, okay. And do I think I'm the best artist in the world? No. No. Not at all. Not at all, actually. Not in the slightest, actually. I think that I'm like decent. I'm okay, I guess. But do I love it more than anything else in the world? Absolutely I do, okay? Like, maybe I'll leave my art account down in the description and you can check it out if you want. Because, like, you'll see that it's really not that scary. Alright, because that's my thing. I was so fucking horrified. I've had this art account since, like, middle school, and every single time I would post things, I would delete them all and archive it all, 32 on the timer, but I'm not doing that anymore. And it's scary. It's so scary. Am I doing it anyways? Yeah. I'm doing it anyways, and it's really not that intimidating or bad. You're gonna go over there and be like, oh wow, you know, it's like, I'm not even, like, there's no judgment here. I'm not gonna judge this, because it's like, why would I? It's just somebody posting stuff to the internet like everybody else does. So why do you think it's so different with you, bestie? Why do you think it's so different for you? We can be really over self-critical with ourselves and believe that things are different for ourselves than it is for everybody else. But the truth is, that is a lie that was sold to you to stop you from getting out of these systems and breaking out of these systems, breaking out of these structures that are made specifically to live off of you. I made one of my first videos that I posted on here is, you are what makes these corporations billions. And that, 33 on the timer, that could be very significant to you as well. Maybe go check that out. They're both pretty long readings, but this one and that one are pretty long readings. But look at this. The Wheel with renewal. Walking with your fortune. Walking with your fate. Walking in this divine alignment of purpose, of joy, of love, of fulfillment. It's what's going to make you feel good again. It's what's going to renew you. It's what's going to renew your life. So do it. Do the freaking thing. It's the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment, dude. And the judgment call is that the Wheel of Fortune will always move in your favor as long as you move with it. Okay? Any last messages, Spirit? Ace of Pentacles. Inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Ooh, that's a bit. This is in the reverse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so which way do you want that, Spirit? Which way do you want that? Which way do you want that? Okay, Five of Cups upright with the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Cups in its general energy. The fact that we have all four aces out here says a lot. Like, Spirit is saying, like, you have been needing this new beginning for a long time. And the fact that the Ace of Swords is coming out in the reverse, brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation and a challenging beginning. Spirit is saying, like, with this being in the reverse, you are so scared because you haven't even actually shared the ideas that you've already had, right? The things that you've already been thinking about and developing for a while. And seeing the truth of a situation in the reverse, you've really looked at this entire situation, your own circumstances, your own position in life with a very skewed understanding, right? And I'm not saying that as in 35 on the timer, that you don't understand how things are, but I am saying that you are looking at yourself with such a deceptive glare is what I'm hearing. Like, you're looking at yourself like, no, I can't do that because this, and that. No, you're being overly self-critical. You have every single right to do what you want to do. Everybody's scared. But some people just do it while scared, all right? That's what's up. How do you think music artists become so big? Because they kept doing it while scared until they started feeling confident in their action. 3, 2, 1 on my fucking clock. I'm hearing the iCarly shit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's exactly, yeah, that's you. See, things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation or crying over spilled milk, and missing opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Exactly. You have to stop stop grieving a life that you have yet to let yourself live. Stop grieving a life that you have yet to let yourself live. Are you dead yet? No. Clearly not, because you're watching this video. So why are you acting like you're dead? Why are you acting like those possibilities for you are dead? It doesn't matter how old you are. Even if you're like 87 years old. Even if you're like freaking, I don't know, 12. I don't know why you'd be here if you're 12. I do not make content for children. But listen, it doesn't matter. Because I think this is more of a kid-friendly message anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay? Not made for kids. I have to say that. Just so you know. But all of you still have time. You're still breathing. You're still alive. So do it. Do the thing. Start it. Because in that way, at least when you die, when you do pass on, you can look at the life that you've led and be happy that you at least started and you at least strived for it, even if you never reach what you really were hoping for ultimately at the end of the day, right? For me, I've already done it. I've kind of reached what I was ultimately hoping for. I have people here that I'm helping and that I'm like bringing a positive impact to in their lives. And my stories, I'm sharing them and people love looking at my stories and people love hearing about my characters. And that's all I could ever really hope for, honestly. That's all I ever really wanted. And so, you know, even though I'm not like the biggest, most famous person in the world and not everybody knows about my stories, it doesn't matter. It's impacted the few people, it's impacted a few people, and that is already more than I ever thought I would ever really reach. You know? I never thought people would actually want to look at my stuff, to know about my stuff, to enjoy and entertain my stuff, but here we are. And it makes me happy. You know? So, please start. Recognize that this is the ultimate new opportunity for yourself. The 9 of Wands with the High Priestess. You just have to have more hope and faith in yourself, and you need to move forward as such. I'm going to put my cute nails in front because this is probably going to be the thumbnail. But you already know what you want for yourself. You already know where you want to go, what you want to achieve. And you already know that it's ultimately going to lead you down the path of happiness and fulfillment. You just have to hold out a little bit more hope, and you have to push forward just a little further. Just a little further. Okay? I love you, angels. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you feel so called to, I have my Cash App in the description below. Tips are always appreciated, but never required. You being here is enough. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye. Love you.